I typically steer clear from the commentary surrounding 50-50 relationships because it's very clear to me that people who are sharing this type of content, they are delusional and cosplaying a life that they themselves are not even living. And I know this because when I go to their pages, they're not even married. And in my personal opinion, you should not be giving any type of 50-50 relationship advice if you yourself are not married. So I typically ignore this type of content. However, I have been really pleasantly surprised over the past week to see a shift in this type of conversation coming from women who are married, who are not in 50-50 relationships. And I love the perspective that they are approaching it from, because they're like, yes, we could live off my husband's entire salary. However, my quality of life would change in a manner I don't want to. And I love that, because in this economy, living on one salary is very difficult, especially if you are living in a major city. Now, are there certain women who are living a very nice lifestyle off of their husband's salary exclusively and they don't work? Yes. However, and this is an important part, they're not on social media telling you this. Or they're on social media just posting their life and going. They're not sitting here giving you advice. The content creators and the influencers, however, who are in these relationships where allegedly their husbands are paying for everything and they don't work, the gag is that only works if you believe that content creation and being an influencer is not work. And it absolutely is work. These women are working. They're bringing in income. They are getting paid. Now, the income that they are bringing in, it may not go to the household finances. They may not be responsible for paying any household bills. However, that money is still coming in. They are working for it, and they are 100% keeping it and doing whatever they want with it. However, they are selling you a dream and an illusion that, again, they themselves are not living in real life. It is delusions. And I wish younger women, or just women period, women in their 30s, I think, are susceptible to this type of content and quote advice unquote. I wish more people would practice discernment and recognize that the people who are sitting here giving you advice about certain lifestyles, they themselves are not living that type of lifestyle. The vast majority of people in America, the vast majority of married couples, people in relationships, it's very challenging to make it on one income. And yes, there are those of us who could absolutely live off of our husband's salary and not work. However, why would you want to do that when you could both be contributing to the household resources and live an amazing, an incredible lifestyle? You can get by on one income, but why wouldn't you want to thrive off of two? Just think about it.